And we are back from Battle 91, of course. This, in case you're probably wondering, is battle number 99. I've managed to beat the trainer, Nacy, who was pretty hard to beat, actually, with her Heracross, the Ninja, Gardevoir, who didn't really do much, Magneton and Crawdaunt. But Magneton didn't even do anything to me, to be honest, because I just did one shot of Earthquake. So now, this is actually what my team looks like right now after going through all those battles. We got Apollo now level 57, Prosciutto level 55, Operator level 54, Psychic level 56, Melody level 60, so I'll be able to do the Eversys battle a hell of a lot easier now with Melody, and Riptile's now level 57. So, this is it. Battle 100 of Mount Battle. I've actually never done this before, so I do apologise if I fail this. But if I do fail it, I will tell you exactly what you get anyway if you do indeed beat him. So I'm going to start off with, of course, the two Pokemon you saw in the front there, Altaria being Melody and Feraligatr being the Riptile. There's the trainer. I wish I could save in this stage so that way when I fail I can just restart, but no. You're committed to do this. Just walk up to him, talk to him, and start the fight. But be warned though, his team is ridiculously strong. And I don't have to battle him for the first time ever to realise this, because I actually did see Sugar Carnivore do this fight. Welcome! So good of you to come! I'm Somek, the final trainer of Mount Battle. Now, show me the results of your training. Don't hold anything back. Okay, here we go. Mount Battle Colosseum. Okay, here we go. Mount Battle Master Somek in Zone 100. He starts off with Pinsir, plain Bug type, Hyper Cutter for the ability with the moves Revenge, Seismic Toss, Earthquake, and Rock Tomb. His second Pokemon, Claydol, level 60, Ground Psychic type, Levitate for the ability, so he can't get hit by Ground type moves, which is why he's starting with Claydol and Pinsir, with Pinsir having the move Earthquake. Claydol also has the moves Earthquake, alongside with Ancient Power, Shadow Ball, and Psychic. This is why I wanted to start off with these two. So I want to use Surf to immediately get a good shot on Claydol, and Fly to hit that Pinsir. So here we go. God, you can tell I'm pretty hyperactive about this, even though I'm not actually expressing it. But I've actually never been this far before, as I already mentioned. And I hope for the best that I do indeed win this. Because if I don't win this, then that's kind of a disappointment. But then again, at least I tried. Okay, so double Earthquake. It's not very effective on Pinsir, no surprise there, because bugs tend to live on the ground. So let's use another Surf. So Fly's going to hit the Pinsir, and the Pinsir's down. And I can highly believe who he's going to bring out next. Because believe it or not, his team, his entire team, except for Pinsir, is immune to ground. That does not mean that he's got a whole team of flying types, as you can see with Claydol right there. It means like some of his team are flying, some of his team are got Levitate for the ability. Okay? His third Pokemon now. Crobat, level 60. In fact, his entire team's level 60, by the way. Crobat, Poison Flying type, Inner Focus for the ability, so he cannot be flinched. With the moves Aerial Ace, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, and Steel Wing. You gotta be wary of this Crobat because it's basically known as the second fastest Pokemon of all time. But then again, he is basically the fastest Pokemon, full stop, really. I just hope Altaria can outspeed it. It didn't, so yeah. Kinda had a feeling that was gonna happen. Well, Riptide, you did a very good fight. Let's get yourself a good earned rest. And let's bring out... Let's do a sacrifice play here. Because Prosciutto... I don't think Prosciutto is going to be capable of knocking out Evis anytime soon. Because... even though Sudowoodo is known to be a tanky Pokemon, he's not really that tanky for my team. Okay, that did a good amount of damage to Crobat. Happy about that. Well, Prosciutto took the hit. Now, I think Prosciutto is going to be slower than Claydol, but... yeah. Oh! Oh! 1 HP Prosciutto! Nice! Oh, I always have a hard time against Crobat. Not in Pokemon Colosseum, of course, because... spoiler alert, the next game that came out after Pokemon Colosseum was Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which might be the next Pokemon game I'm going to play, which actually, it is going to be the next game I'm going to be playing after Pokemon Colosseum, in the Pokemon atmosphere. But, the trainer in Battle 100, I actually did battle him once before, but I didn't stand a chance. So I was spending most of my time doing healing items than anything else. Anyway, going back into the topic of the fight, Gligar is his next Pokemon. Ground Flying type, Hyper Cutter for the ability, with the moves Slash, Earthquake, Rock Tomb, and Aerial Ace. Immediately, I want to use Detect, and I'm going to use Ice Beam on the Gligar because that's a quad advantage. Literally, I will be amazed if I can win this, because I've only lost 2 Pokemon. And he's lost 3. He's almost about to lose Claydol. But this is his 5th Pokemon. Flygon, level 60, Ground Dragon type. Levitate for the ability, with the moves Crunch, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Flamethrower. If you have an Ice type in your team, and it's not faster than this Flygon, then it's good enough dead. Because Flygon does a lot of damage, except Flamethrower is known as a special attacking move in this game, so it won't do a lot of damage. But it can't take a good Ice Beam. There we go. In fact, I almost feel like my team is overpowered here. I almost feel that way. But then again, I did do a lot of training in Mount Battle, so what can you expect? His last Pokemon, Gyarados, level 60, Water Flying type, Intimidate for the ability, as you saw right there, with the moves Hyper Beam, Dragon Dance, Hydro Pump, and Earthquake. If you had an Electric type Pokemon, which I do not, he will be easy to beat. But, because I don't, Gyarados will be the hardest Pokemon for me to deal with. Whoa, Melodil was 61! Jeez! Right, okay, let's use Psychic on Gyarados, and let's use the Dragon Dance. Probably not the best of all things for me to do, really, but if you want to pack a punch, it is ideal for you to do that. The Hyper Beam is going for Psychic, no surprise there. Okay. So let's now bring in Apollo. I would bring in Metagross for this, but with the fact that he's got Earthquake, it's not ideal that you do it. And that's being serious. I'm going to use another Dragon Dance right here, just in case. And yes, his Gyarados has Dragon Dance as well, in case you're wondering, in case you probably didn't hear me say it. Okay. Choose another Psychic, and let's fly. In case he's going to attack Altaria next. But sure enough, we did it! Yes! I managed to beat Battle 100 on Mount Battle for the very first time! Oh, that's unbelievable. I actually get to show what you get! That's incredible! Oh, I couldn't be any more happy with that. I couldn't be any more happy. Stupendous! It sure was indeed, Somek. It sure was indeed. This is fantastic! I say fantastic! You had to be to defeat me. Yeah, because you just ripped your shirt, mate. No, I'm kidding. Now, I'd like you to have this. After beating Mount Battle for the very first time ever in story mode, he will give you 1,200 Poké Coupons. Congratulations! But don't be content with this. Don't neglect your training. Would you like to have our Abra teleport you back to registration counter? Hit no. You're going to walk back? Well, that might not be a bad thing. It might be good to walk and savor this victorious quest. But if you decide to use Abra, just let me know. Yeah. The reason why you want to say no to him is because after beating him for the very first time, there will be an item for you to find up here. And I think it is to be found behind him. So I'm going to walk behind him. Head all the way up here. I think. What? That's not right. That is not right. There's supposed to be an item here. That's strange. Could have sworn that the item was around here. I could have sworn. Oh, here it is, here it is. You obtain a time flute. This is the third and only time flute in the game. Well, the last one, to be honest. Yeah, so now we've got... like, where is it? Oh, there it is. See? We now have all 3 time flutes. You want all 3 time flutes in this stage because remember the shadow Pokemon of Raikou, Entei, and Suicune? That is what you need the time flutes for. To resurrect the legendary Pokemon. Okay, now that we've got it, let's talk to Somek and have his Abra teleport us back. Oh, where the hell did he come from? Thank you for taking the Mount Battle Challenge. Please come back for more training. No, thank you. I am not interested. Right, let's put Metagross back in front with Melody. Because we have now finished Mount Battle. But don't think that's the end of the game. Because technically, I was thinking of making Mount Battle a bonus episode. After I've beaten Evis. But I thought, hang on. I think my team is a bit too weak. So, excuse me, I'm going to do some training in Mount Battle, and sure enough I did. So that's the end of this episode. Join me next time when we have our rematch against Evis with our newly powered up team. See you guys then.